What we're doing here is using the belt sander and sanding down two pieces of plywood that are firmly laid on top of each other. You can see how I have it clamped back there in the back. We measured back 32 millimeters because the plywood is 4 millimeters thick. So you want an 8-to-1 ratio. So we measured back 32 millimeters, and we're just sanding it down on a nice even bevel here so that then we'll be able to join these together. You can see that the lines in the plies are relatively straight, and that tells me that we're getting a pretty good even sanding, and the edges are just almost feather thin. Good evening. Today we are scarfing together two pieces of this Okoume 4 millimeter plywood. We have to have a 16-foot length, actually two of them, so that we can cut out the final shear panels on this wood duck double kayak that we're building. We've got the other panels are cut out over here and matched up, and so anyway, we've scarfed this, or we've planed it down to where we've got it to where it can match up, and I actually put some little lines on here so I can see just where that's supposed to lay down. We're going to use the TotalBoat 2-to-1 slow hardener, and so we'll get a pump here. In fact, maybe we'll go 2. And then 2 of these. Now,
2-to-1.
It's a 2-to-1, yeah, so this is pumping out twice as much as this is. And you want to make sure it's stirred up real good. It doesn't look like much, but we've only got a 1-foot section here. Once we glue that together, I'm going to put that epoxy, or this fiberglass tape on the top of there, and I don't see a way to do both at once. We'll just have to put another piece of fiberglass tape on the other side once it sits for 24 hours or so. I'm supposed to count to see how long it is to mix this together. That's a nice clear, that's got no color to it. That's just as clear as it can be. That's nice. I thought about thickening this just a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to, because I just want to wet this cloth out and put it on there. So we're just going to put a little bit on the inside of the scarf, and not a ton. I think it'll be enough to glue it together, and then I actually think wetting out the outside here, and then the cloth should do it. I haven't worked with this slow hardener like this for some time. I used a slow hardener before when I built a canoe, and these are so temperature sensitive, and now that the weather's warmed up, I think we got up to 88 degrees today, and we are in an un-air conditioned shop, so I believe having the slow hardener is going to be a little better. That has to be about a minute, I believe. Now, something else that I do, and this I learned from Lou on tips from a shipwright, is I cut off about half of the edges of the brush here, just so it's a little stiffer, and so we're going to put some of that on there, pull that apart just a little bit, coat the inside here of the scarf. I believe we'll do the other side of that too. We're going to lay that back down on there. On top of this 2x4, and we've got this wax paper on here so that hopefully we don't glue this to anything else. pull that right up there to where it's on those lines. And I've got a couple of little lines right on the side here, which you would not be able to see, but I believe we're pretty much on those. Now, the other thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to go down here and sight this and just see if it looks like it's a straight line running down here. I believe that's pretty good. We had measured this previously to make our marks, and it was, what was it, 195 inches and 9/16, I believe. And we could be off maybe a 16th, but I don't believe that's going to really cause us any problem. Now I'm going to go ahead and wet out the top of this before we lay this fiberglass tape on here. I hope I mixed up enough. It's going to be close. Once I set this cloth on here though, that wood's just beautiful. We had to go to Des Moines to pick this up. Nobody in Kansas City had this 4mm Okoume. It's a marine plywood, and it really is pretty. Okay, let's lay this on here. We've got just a little bit laying over the edge. I guess I'm glad I'm wearing these gloves because I can just press that right down on there and I don't have to worry about getting my fingers all gummed up. Now that's laying on there pretty smooth, and I believe we just...
And that's 3-inch fiberglass tape?
Yes. Yeah. And we got this from Jamestown too. I believe we're going to have a real nice joint here. See, that's wanting to pop up. We're going to take that other 2x4 with the wax paper on it, and then we're going to clamp this down. Fiberglass tape's a little thicker than, say, like a 4 or 6 ounce cloth, I believe. If I had to guess, I'd say maybe that's an 8 ounce. I mean, as a result, it's taking a fair bit to wet this out to get it to dissolve all the way. We're getting there though, but I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to completely fill the weave. I don't want it to float off there. Of course, it's not going to float because we're going to clamp it in between these two 2x4s. So, all right, how are we doing there? That looks pretty good. See, it's wanting to lift off of there. Okay, now the way we're going to fix that though is we're going to take this other 2x4, what we do with it. Oh, right here. I've been losing things all afternoon that are right in front of my face. Okay, put that right on top of there. And just mash that together like that. And then we're going to take these clamps. Set down like that. I can clamp that down as much as I want. I'm not gonna. I don't care if I scar the outside of the ply or the 2x4. That's really tight. Now, just for giggles, I am gonna take the tape measure and just measure these on each edge and see, make sure that we're close. I don't know that I would be able to do much about it if we're not, but I'm gonna look anyway. So I can sleep okay. 195 and 9/16. Okay, I'm going to take it over the other edge there. We're dead on it. That's beautiful. Very, very good. All right, we'll let that sit for 24 hours and then we'll put the fiberglass fiberglass tape on the other side of it. We still got another one to do, but I just really want to do it on the strong back because it's got the 2x4s on there that let me use these 2x4s to clamp together, and it's worth waiting a day rather than hurrying and trying to do it over there. So that will do it for tonight. And we're going to get right close to a point where we're going to be able to start stitching this thing together. We'd like to make special thanks to Jamestown Distributors and TotalBoat for their support in making this video, and also my wife Carrie for her help in filming.